actually these people historically resisted Islamization. So
Assalamualaikum.
yes, salam.
So I only came up here only for one thing, and that is like anyone that is not like Semite or like a Christian is not like a Bantu. For example, I'm not a Bantu. I'm from Sudan, and like I'm a Nilot. So you have like classify here like downward are all Bantus.
Okay, a whole lot of questions. Number one, you greet me Islamically, but you don't wear a hijab. Why?
I'm Muslim, but I'm not like I'm not hijabi.
Why?
I still haven't decided for it.
Well, I think you should. Yeah, I think you should cover. If you, as a woman, greet me with "Assalamu alaikum," don't you?
And that's not my decision to decide with Allah.
Sorry.
It's
Do not. Hey, don't greet me Islamically if you don't want to cover.
I didn't say I didn't want to cover.
Are you stubborn? Are you stubborn? Do you follow Allah's law or do you follow the law of your own ego?
I don't follow. How can I follow my own ego? Allah is nothing.
Okay, so how does why look at the other Muslims around you? How do they dress? Why do you resist to that?
Everyone dress how they want.
Okay, so you answer my question. So then you don't follow the will of Allah. You follow the will of yourself.
Okay, everyone relationship with Allah is different. It's personal.
Yeah, you know what we call that in Islam? Nafs, ego. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, everyone want to pray to Allah. I want to pray one time a day, standing up. Is that correct?
No.
Okay then, so I worship Allah the way Allah wants to be worshipped, not the way my ego wants to worship Allah, no? Okay then. So then I ask on the hijab. You cannot pick and choose with Islam. Huh? If you don't want to, wear hijab and so on, then you come here and say Assalamu alaikum. Then you can also greet me with hi. Huh? Isn't it?
Okay, so that we have put like the hijab thing part, like, can you answer
but
my?
The hijab thing says is a wider thing, because you come up here with ego, and the hijab. I'm just pointing out ego. And now you want to lecture me.
I don't want to lecture
yes, you.
I was...
So you throw a whole lot of Eurocentric words, huh? So why don't you focus then on the Islam and to be humble, and then you can learn.
Okay, let the learning with Islam and Allah be like my own things. But my question is, like, if you are not letting me talk, like,
yeah, why do you have a question or do you want to preach?
I have a question.
Or you want to preach?
I have a question.
Okay, go ahead and ask your question.
Yeah. Why do you like classify everything like the down part, everyone like this, not Semite, Bantu?
Why do I classify everything
everyone that is
Semite as Bantu? Well, okay, the answer to that question is, are you seeking to win an argument, or do you want to really sincerely, from a sincere place in your heart, understand the classification?
I don't want to win. I just want to understand. Like,
okay, you want to understand the classification.
Yeah.
This is a generalization. It's just a generalization to show a general point. What you call Bantu, you can say black people, you can say non-Muslim people, you can use many different words. I don't think the words is important here. It's a general wider point I'm making. That's the answer to your question.
So, but is generalizing everyone to one thing, not like it's a conflict, like just generalizing everything a Bantu and like putting a religion there. There is Muslims, they're Christian.
Ma'am, science is based on generalization. There is no science without generalization. The problem is that dumb people and unscientific people take generalizations literally. Well, that's a brain problem I can't solve today. Generalizations paint a general picture. That's all a generalization does. It just paints a general picture. And when you speak to ignorant people who don't know a lot, you have to simplify a lot and you have to generalize a lot, and then they will understand. If you speak to more sophisticated people, you can use higher level of precision. Anything else?
But if generalizing, is it not like the same? Like people are saying every Muslim is like terrorist or something like that. It's generalizing. It's so
Who
true.
is saying that every Muslim is a terrorist? I don't think that there are a lot of people who say that today.
Yeah, but it's the same thing. It's
Dumb
the same
people,
context.
maybe.
I'm just saying it's the same context, like saying
No,
you
no,
just generalize
no,
the whole group of
no.
people and put the name there, and it's
No,
just fine.
no. I'm a Muslim. I live in the West. People know that I'm Muslim. I think there are very, 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 very few people here in the West who think that I'm a terrorist.
The same way there are very, very few
So
people.
no.
It's the same as that there are only so few people that think everyone that is not Semite is Bantu. There are only few. So far, there's one.
Ma'am, I think you're not that intelligent.
So
I
just
don't think
feeding
you're that
people lies.
intelligent.
And
I explained
it's again
this
as
is
Allah.
a generalization.
You know it's a lie.
And I'm speaking to
on
people
things
who
you
are
don't
not very
even know.
educated. You either get it or you don't, and I can clearly see that you don't get it because you
The
don't
reason we don't
understand
get it, the
generalization.
reason we don't get it is because you are not explaining anything. You are feeding people
No,
lies.
it's
We
because
want
you're
to learn.
stupid.
We like
stupid.
respect you. That's why we are here. We want to learn something important from you.
No,
but
you're stupid.
Like you don't.
And you don't strike me as a Muslim. You strike me as Bantu.
First of all, I'm not a Bantu.
You look like one.
I'm not one. I'm a Nilot, and I'm proud of being Nilot. I'm not Bantu. And just because you see someone, you just want to put them. But anyway, whatever you're doing, you're feeding people lies. You want to sound intelligent, which is okay,
right
by
now,
the way.
you're
But
outside
you are
of
not.
Islam. Right now, you're outside of Islam. The nafs. This is why I pointed out the hijab in the beginning, because these people are not Muslim. They
Islam
put
has
as
nothing to
Muslims,
do with like
but they
how
come
intelligent
with
someone is or how
pagan
not intelligent
energy
someone.
and
Stop
talk
hiding
with
behind
nafs.
Islam.
Look, go to Muslim men and talk like this in real life. Let's see what is going to happen with your stubbornness. Huh? These people are not Muslim. This is why I pointed out that they come with assalamu alaikum. You keep your assalamu alaikum out of your kafir mouth if you're not a Muslim. You keep assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuhu out of your kafir mouth if you're not a Muslim. You keep assalamu alaikum out of your kafir mouth if you're not a Muslim. Do not come to me with assalamu alaikum during Ramadan. My fasting is not going that well, but I try, inshallah. Allah is my judge. But you keep assalamu alaikum out of your kafir mouth when you're not a Muslim. Do not come up here and act like a Muslim when you're not. Okay? Do not come up here and act like a Muslim when you're not. If you are a kafir, we live and let live. Huh? Be a kafir. It's up to you. Huh? Up to you. But don't come and talk assalamu alaikum.
Oh, you still picking up?
These Africans who slander Islam, I swear to Allah, go to a Fula village and talk this kind of shit about Islam. Go to a nomadic village here and talk with your kafir mouth about Islam. We'll see what's going to happen to you. Go here and slander Islam and we are going to see what's going to happen to you. Or come to my face with all of that hatred that you have against Islam because you're an internet warrior. Come to me in real life and talk like this about Islam. We're going to see what's going to happen. We're going to see what's going to happen. You're going to see what's going to happen. Like this Bantu heritage, have you noticed? Scared to death to speak. You come to real life and slander Islam into my face, we're going to see what's going to happen. Hello?
That was my bad. I had the wrong thing, my brother.
All right, no problem. Have a good one.
Okay, yeah. Okay, thanks.
Yes, Bantu Heritage, how are you?
I'm good. How's everything with yourself?
Yes, so you are writing things in the chat. Go ahead and, what do you want to say?
Like, I just wanted to ask, like, obviously there are main differences between, like, the Bantus and, like, the nomads, and, like...
Yeah, there clearly are, right? There are two different groups. I prefer nomads and agriculturalists, but if I use the word Bantu, all of a sudden the entire TikTok seems to know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, man.
So one can go one scholarly level and be more precise and talk about non-Muslim agriculturalists. But I think that for your average African, that is too sophisticated language. So I just say Bantu, and now all of a sudden everyone knows. Because the Bantus don't like nomadic people, they don't like Muslim people, and we can clearly see that there are two different groups of people. This is a map
That's
of
not true.
Africa 500 years ago.
That's
This is a
not
map of Africa 500 years ago.
Let him speak, bro. We're gonna get this later down. We can state the facts,
Yeah.
So this is a map of Africa 500 years ago. I argue that it is today sort of roughly in rough ballpark, still sort of accurate.
You have to consider, though, that, like, all the nomads who are in Africa today are not from Africa at all, and that's why this Bantu indigenous difference shows, like, who's actually ethnic to the land and who's not. And keep in mind, like,
According to what time period are you talking about now?
according since the start of time. Literally since the start of time.
Well, Einstein, every human being is from Africa since the start of time.
Yeah, but that's why you guys have the, like, Sudanese DNA, That's the only thing that makes you guys
There's no such thing as a Sudanese DNA.
Okay, then you explain, how are you black or, like, colored today if you're from, like, the West, East, or North Africa?
Listen, Einstein, all human beings on Earth have migrated from Africa at some time point. The Australians, the Latin Americans, the Europeans, everyone has migrated from Africa. So if you say since the start of time, Mr. Einstein, every human being on Earth is an African, so you kind of deleted your own arguments.
Okay,
So you have kind of shown that it is not since the start of time, is it? It is since a particular arbitrary cherry-picked time period that you choose. So I repeat my question. Since what time period?
Okay, can I ask you another question? Can I just...
No, you answer my question. The nomads are not African. I repeat my question because you don't know the answer to this question. Since what time period?
Since the start of time, you guys...
But we have, okay, so you have already, that has already been deleted because start of time, 1 million years ago, everyone migrated from Africa, so then white people are African.
Indigenous to the land, then you've been there since the start of time. That's literally what it means to be an ethnic group. You can't be like, oh, you came this time or that time if you're indigenous to the group. That's literally what...
It's already
That's literally
deleted.
what the word means, though.
Your argument is already deleted. You said since the start of time, okay, 1 million years ago, whatever start of time you choose, everyone is an African, so then everyone is indigenous to Africa, even white people. So, and the continents looked different also since the start of time. So,
I can...
deleted.
I understand.
And nobody's an invader because everyone is an African.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is that, like...
Deleted. Next.
There is a school of thought, you understand, that has debunked the fact that every human being comes from Africa. And the people that actually said people...
The best African anthropologists and even DNA research nowadays confirm that. And also religiously, let's say, if you look at Quran, that usually talks about Adam as the first man made of black clay, i.e. a dark-skinned African person. It's somewhere here. All of the evidence point to humanity starting here. Sheikh Anta Diop said that white people are Africans who migrated 40,000 years ago into the Ice Age. You haven't been able to prove that with DNA now, so it's just established fact.
There is something I want you to know, that Bantu people actually do not disrespect Islam. You know, I'm a Yoruba person from Nigeria, and more than 50% of Yoruba people are Muslims. You understand? These are Muslims.
Are you Bantu?
I'm Bantu. I'm a Yoruba Bantu.
Okay, you're a
From
Yoruba Bantu.
from
Many
Nigeria.
Yoruba people don't like Islam.
Who told you that? 50%.
Many Yoruba people don't like Islam. For example, the Yoruba that I have spoken to, many of them are very hostile to Islam. That is not the case for everyone, but for many, it is the case.
He's a Muslim.
Yeah,
He's a Muslim. You
Yeah,
understand?
so an African
If you do your
person.
research.
So, no, Mr. Kafir. An African person who is a Muslim belongs to our civilization, not your civilization. An African person who is a Yoruba, who is a Muslim, is likely Tijani. That is our tariqah. Because we are the ones who spread Islam to Africa. They belong to our civilization. They are our people, and they belong to our civilization. And they follow the imams that Allah assigned to them, the shuyukh that Allah assigned to them, the ulama that Allah assigned to them. They belong to our civilization and not yours.
Absolutely. That's true. You understand? There is no I will not dispute that fact. You understand?
Okay,
However, the reason why some Bantu are so disappointed in Arabs and in the Fulani, let me just say Arabs because I
I don't
consider
care.
everyone as
You belong to another nation than ours, and you seem. Do you want war with the Muslim Ummah?
we don't really. Okay. Look at what is happening in Darfur, for
Do
example.
you want war with the Muslim Ummah? Since you sit and insult Islam all the time, do you want us to draw swords and weapons and invade your lands even more than we have done historically?
Bantu people are not militants in nature. That's the
You
reason
sound
why.
very. If you want to insult our religion and be hostile to us, holy war against you, isn't it? Like we have holy war against you, isn't it? Like we have done for the last 400 years, isn't it?
Like I said earlier, that I'm from Yoruba tribe, you understand? And 50% of Yoruba people are Muslims, you understand? These are die-hard Muslims.
Yeah, but
that
the
we-
ones that are
we-
Muslim are a part of our civilization.
Yeah, they are part of
But you
this
see,
civilization.
your problem. Your people don't respect the borders. If you are a Yoruba and you are Bantu, you are not a Muslim. You don't belong to our civilization. You can have good neighborly relationships with us, and you can have hostile neighborly relationship with us. And you seem to select the second one, and I'm a Fula. How many holy wars have we waged in West Africa? And when I see these kinds of attitudes, stay in your nation. There's no need for there to be any conflict. But if you want to keep on lashing out against Islam, then it's war.
No one
Isn't
is
it?
lashing out against Islam. The problem is that, some people have the agenda to enforce Islam, you understand, on non-Muslims.
No,
in
that is
all
not
African
correct.
countries.
That is not correct. La ikraha
You know-
fi dini.
you-
You just
you know-
cannot handle that Africans don't want your voodoo stuff. Africans want a true deen that come from Allah, and you're jealous about that. And since you're jealous about that, you keep on lying and saying that Islam spreads by force. There are no Fula people who care about the Yoruba people religion. It is Yoruba people who want to come to Islam.
Do you know what the Fulani did to the Hausa people? Do you know that the Fulani?
Yes, I know what my people did to
You know that they
Hausa people. Nothing.
Will you agree with me that the Fulani, they subdued the
You are talking to a Fula. Do you understand that you are talking to a Fula right now?
I know, definitely, I know. I
Yeah.
can see your.
Be careful what you say.
But will
Be
you
careful
agree
what
with
you say, first of all. You're talking to a Fula, number one. Number two, yes, I know what Fula people did to Hausa people, i.e. nothing. That's why you have so much intermixing with Hausa and Fula in northern Nigeria. They call it Hausa Fulani.
Okay.
But if you
Recently-
people keep on spreading lies and hatred against Islam, billahi wallahi, you are declaring war.
We are not doing that. We are not.
You
doing
are,
that.
but you're scared to death of my people, and you should.
Listen.
Hey, I made a mistake and I was wondering, is it possible to apply? Because I changed the flight, paid the fee, and I chose the wrong date. So is that money lost, or can we apply it to another change date with the added fee? change it to the 24th by accident. And, I'm gonna change it to the 20th instead. You said the 28th? No, the 20th. 20.
Warrior. But you're scared to death of
No,
Fulani.
once again,
You're a brave internet warrior. I'm not taking anything that you say
We are
seriously.
not
because
scared
it's
of
no
the
reality.
The problem is that we are not.
It has no reality behind it. You're just a rage baiter who wants attention and you want to stay relevant. I'm not going to take this seriously. I'm going to
You're
drop
10
it.
times your size. We're not scared of nomads. That's the simple truth. Like,
When the Fulas
you guys
you
did
can
not
talk as much
Host, I have a question for you.
online.
Host, I
You
have
can
a...
talk as much as you want
Hello.
online.
No one
Fullahs
cares, no
and
one.
Muslims
No
in
one is scared of
general,
nomads.
we don't talk. When we act, we act.
No one is
No,
scared.
that's not true. That's not true. You
You
guys
can
are
talk as
waffling.
much as you want
But a
online.
good question is, when you're saying the Ummah, when you're saying the Ummah, are you talking about the same Ummah that disappoint Palestine?
About us online, but in reality, you fear.
You guys are majority refugees. We don't care.
Are you proud of the atrocities your people are committing in Nigeria?
I am extremely proud of Fulani people. You see, everyone want to be us. We are the successful people.
Who cares? This is a white woman's
the
child.
Terrorism.
This is a white woman's
With all
child. Who
of the
cares what he has to
history
say about
of
Fulanis?
You have no
You didn't
history.
come from a Fulani
You
vagina,
want to be
sir.
the pharaohs, but we carry the names of the pharaohs. You carry nothing.
Proud of
You want to have history, but your history is not written down. Our history is written down. We are the successful people in Africa, and that is because we surrender to Allah. That's the only reason. Anyone who surrenders
No,
to
it's
Allah
because
will
you're a
be
house
successful.
slave for the West and
It
the Arab
doesn't
world.
matter.
That's why.
You are
Also,
white.
I have a question. When you say the Ummah, you talking about the
Doesn't
same
matter if
Ummah
you
that
are
disappoint
white
Palestine?
or black or brown. It doesn't matter if you're from Afghanistan or if you're from China or if you're
Yeah,
from
they didn't free
Netherlands or Northern
Palestine. How
Finland. You
interesting.
surrender to Allah, you'll be successful.
Yeah, but you guys didn't free Palestine. There's a billion of you. You guys couldn't even handle 20 million Jews. But you want to sit here and huff and puff at Bantus. Oh, please.
Facts.
Oh,
Facts.
please. Oh,
We
please.
are Jews.
If it wasn't for South Africa, you guys wouldn't even have this ICJ demanding Netanyahu. It's always Bantus doing the favor for you Muslims. So chill out, relax. All you guys do is waffle, 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 waffle. That's all you guys do. Huh? You're a white woman's child talking about African matters. Don't worry about us. Come from an African woman and then we can talk. You're not even from a Fulani womb, sir.
Literally facts.
You are a European descendant. Like you came from the same vagina that the white man came from, and you want to talk about us.
Machudo, listen to me. Listen to me. My Fula family owned your kind as slaves years ago.
Well, so did the white woman that
Years
birthed
ago,
you. That's the funny
people
part.
were
So did the white woman
people
that
in our
birthed you.
Machudo,
But so
your
did the
people
white
were
woman that
cleaning my
birthed
village
you.
50 years
But that's
ago.
so is the white woman that birthed you. The white
50
woman
years
that
ago,
birthed
you were
you, she
clean
did.
in our Fula village.
But the
You were
white
clean.
woman had your people in a headlock
You know
as
that
a
you
human.
cannot marry a
She
single
had
Fula, right?
white women literally had you guys as
would never be
cattle.
able to marry a Fula
Yeah.
because you come from
We
that
don't
caste.
care.
You understand that, right?
You know, the difference
Fula
between me and
paternal
you is
line,
my
has
mother is an
nothing to do with
African,
your
unlike
racial
you.
nonsense. So
You're like a white.
humiliating yourself.
You literally a white person has given birth to you. Who cares what you have to say?
You're a slave.
You're
You're a
literally,
slave.
and you're
Like
a
slave.
tragic mulatto.
Who's literally white tea, bro. This
You're
man.
act like
literally
a
a
slave.
European.
You are a
You're an
slave and you
Arab.
act
Who
like a
cares what you have to
Literally
say?
white tea, bro.
You are a slave.
You
And you,
are.
act,
That's
White tea,
interesting.
bro.
you are a slave and you act like a slave. You are a slave. You behave like a slave. You act like a slave. You have not transcended this mental slavery at all. Not at all.
We invented
It's
peace,
like
harmony,
going to
good
the
manners.
gutter.
You guys invented warfare and destruction. That's the only thing you guys are known for. These nomads.
We are the successful people.
Successful of
That's
terrorism.
why
Successful between
all of
brother
you
for
want
money,
to
power, and money.
you
But
have
trade your own
so
lineage.
many
Life
channels.
is-
You have so many channels with no followers, but everyone come to this channel when there is a Fulla teaching
You have
history.
no ancestors. You
I
take
am
away
successful in the West. I am successful in the South. We are successful everywhere because we surrender to Allah. If you, Machido people, cannot handle that, you're not successful anywhere. You're not successful in the West and you're not successful in Africa.
Sophie, what I want to tell you is please tell your Fula people in Nigeria to stop committing terrorism, okay? Thank you.
What I'm going to tell my Fulla people in Nigeria is the following. Anyone who insults Islam or attacks Islam or shows hostility against Islam is an enemy of Allah.
And you know what?
And the enemies of Allah, we are prescribed according to the Quran to fight in the cause of Allah.
Listen.
Anything else?
Listen. No one attacks Islam, right? No one spreads propaganda about Islam. You
Listen to the kafirin, how they lie. That's how they do, because they are possessed by the jinn.
No.
They are possessed by the jinn. And some of the worst jinn on planet Earth live on the continent of Africa. This place have some of the worst jinn. These people, when they become possessed by the jinn, they are crazy people.
Bro,
so they have some of the most violent jinn there are.
Bro, listen, can you tell your Fula people in Nigeria to leave and let...
A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. The jinn possession that these kafirin have. Have you seen how much they are possessed by the jinn? You don't want to be close to them. You almost feel the spirit of agitation inside of yours.
Okay, I have a question. You said one of the biggest threats to Islam. Would that not?
No.
Hold on. Just let me talk. I've been listening.
No. Hey.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته أخي.
Hey, Machudo. When I talk, you shh. I have not said that there is any big threat against Islam. Never said that. There's no threat against it. You wish that you were that powerful. You're not a threat to Islam. No. Allah will spread Islam according to Allah's will. There is no big or small threat against Islam. I never said that.
This is what I'm saying. You saying they need to
There's no threat
rage a war on West Africans for not accepting the religion. So my whole point is, why is nobody helping Muslim Palestinians? Why are the Muslims not teaming up to help them?
What has Palestine to do with Fula people?
They're Muslim.
Yes.
They're your brothers, right?
Not necessarily. Can be.
Okay.
Doesn't necessarily have to be.
Okay, that's it. That's cool.
But hey. Palestinian, that got nothing to do with you. You are not a Muslim. You are not entitled to information about political subject matters in the Muslim Ummah, such as Palestine. So that ain't got nothing to do with you. That ain't got nothing to do with you. Palestine ain't got nothing to do with you. Stay to your voodoo mask lands, since that's your level.
Hey, Sufi.
Yes?
I don't understand the delusion of these people. They think they are a threat to Islam.
Yeah, I talked a little bit with my father about these people. They are trying to stay relevant. I think a lot of it is attention warfare also. They are trying to stay relevant.
And the thing is, why would they go for indigenous if they had power? You will never hear a Muslim say, I'm indigenous to Africa, because they don't need to. We have the control of our territory. It's not a problem at all. But they still have white men in there. For example, South Africa. The Boers still live there, and they have not expelled them yet. They need to worry about themselves.
Yeah, and by the way, white South Africans, just for the record, I have no problems with white South Africans. Some of them are really nice people. I have some colleagues who are white South Africans. You cannot judge a human being just on their color. Some of them are nice people. Some of them may be colonial people, but Islam solves these things. But when these people don't have Islam, their religion is their color. That is their problem.
From their narrative, all of us are.
All you need to do to debunk that kind of invader nonsense is ask a time period. Since what time period? Because invader is a relative term. Invader is a relative term. What time period? The Bantu, he said, since the start of time. Well, idiot. all people come from Africa since the start of time. Then nobody's an invader. So it's a relative term. It's a completely relative term, and it completely depends on what time period you pick up.
Yeah, but you know, from their perspective, then why are they just coming for us? You never heard them talk about, for example, white South African. They come just for the Islamic people, and I've noticed this, that they only come for the Islamic people, not whites in Kenya, whites in South Africa that are Christian. So it's not about the invader. They only care about Islam.
Assalamu
Yes,
alaikum.
Triple Star. Yeah.
أخي السلام عليكم.
Yes.
رمضان كريم.
Yes.
Ramadan Kareem. You're doing an amazing job, mashallah. I've been listening to you for a couple of days. I think we need a lot of you people and myself to debunk and put these people, these primitive people, in their place. They're primitive. They are our slave. We always own them.
Yeah. Without
they need to be saved.
Stop.
And
Without
we are doing the work.
Hey, without being racist. They are primitive people because of their mentality can transform. With Islam and with meditation, a mentality that is primitive can transform.
Thinking is a voodoo thinking. These people are they're still primitive in their voodoo ways, and we need to
in their thinking.
We need to save them from themselves.
No,
a lot.
Allah does as Allah wills. I don't need to do anything. If Allah wants to guide these people, Allah will guide these people. If Allah doesn't want to guide these people, this is up to Allah. I don't as an individual exist. It is Allah that does what Allah wills. Yes?
Allah.
Okay, so directly to you.
Yeah.
Why do you feel that you could
It's too early for them to be
call somebody?
That's why I was like, let me sit here because I know.
As a Sufi, I'm attacking the mindset and the mentality.
So we're leaving
as
on
I
the
made
20th,
it very clear.
Tuesday.
Okay, so basically,
Yes, sir. Okay, to answer your question, is there such a thing as mental slavery?
Okay.
Of course.
Okay, then there you go. That's the answer to your question.
Okay, so let's
might do it today or might
First
not.
of all,
We'll see.
if you're asking a
No,
white
actually,
person,
I am. I'm going to reserve it. On the page because I just don't like.
You're on the phone still, aren't you?
Yeah, we on my hold.
Maybe ask him, okay, can I reserve some tickets for
You're a
myself?
slave in your mind.
You might as well ask him, can you reserve some tickets for yourself?
I do it online.
Do you know white people? Do you have white friends? Do you have white family? Do you have, let's say, white people?
You know it's fucked up.
What's fucked up?
I could try it to the occasion as I want because they're $20 over, but you still got me.
Hello. I seen a confirmation, man. I appreciate that.
I have a white mother and white family. I grew up with white people, white girlfriends. Listen, you're a racist, but that's why you're not succeeding where you are. There is nobody. There is nobody. There is no. Shut up, slave. Shut up, slave. There's nobody
That's always $200, man. I got nervous.
in my family or in my extended family whatsoever who considers me black. This is you people.
All right. Cool. Appreciate that. Thank you. Have a good one.
In America, we're racist as fuck. Behave like that. There's nobody.
Thank God.
Listen, you people. I grew up with white people since I was a small child. There are some of them who are racist. But right now, in 2025, to me, the most racist people on earth are black people. There are white people who are racist, like Viktor Orban, some people from Eastern Europe who want to fit into Western Europe, so they kick down on people who have color. But most people who are very racist in 2025 are black people, some of which we have seen right now. because they feel that they are victims, and because they are victims, they have the right to lash out against other people. But you know what? Hitler and his propaganda in Nazi Germany was based on the same thing, German victimhood. So racism comes from a state of victimhood.
After coming out of a drought
wronged,
for a week, it hurts. That hurts.
Against other people.
I feel like I was melting.
Yeah, and these American people, they have other things to worry about your own problem. Do not worry about Africa.
Yeah, he was like, you made it recently, so you made a change recent, so it wasn't like a long time. Thank you.
Has lived in America, in Senegambian community in America, and they experience Black Americans as some of the most racist people. So don't come here and you are a victim, therefore you have the right to lash out against it. If you are a bigot, you're a bigot. If you're toxic, you're toxic. All right?
Yes, I agree on this.
Yeah. There are Caucasian people also, and white people, if you will, who are racist. There are those people, usually among the certain segments of the population, the so-called white trash. I don't like that term because some working class Caucasian people, they just want to be respected. And if you respect them, everything is fine. But if you don't respect them, then they will have a problem with you. But then you can ask, is that racist or is that human nature?
And the Black Americans, you guys need to stop taking things from America that happen in America and apply it to Africa. It's not the same. Problems like blackness that you are talking about, we don't have this stuff in Africa.
No.
Because this is really not a problem. But you guys bring it from America down to Africa. So you guys need to stop this.
I think Black Americans are so scared of real continental Africans because they are scared that they are going to become irrelevant. When America declines, which it's doing, even Trump and Alex Jones and these conservatives in America are counting on America being a strong nation rather than a superpower. It's declining. Now Black Americans are afraid that they're going to decline too. So they are going all over the place, being loud and racist against everyone to stay relevant. But after a while, you're gonna become like Eminem. Is Eminem a good example, or shall I say Coolio? Coolio made one big hit song, and then nobody knows about him after that.
Reserve my shit.
So Black Americans struggling to stay relevant in a global South world.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm afraid some of your conversations are going left when you talk about Fulanis and West Africans. So my advice
going
is
left according to who? You? Who the fuck are you? You're one person with an opinion. Other people have other opinions. A lot of people watching this, which means that this is a hot topic. I am hitting the trend. So when I want social media advice, I will call you.
I'm still gonna take touch much time.
I mean, you don't have to insult me because
you started by insulting, which is what you Bantu people do. You always go on the personal attacks.
I'm not a Bantu anyway, but let me go to my point. No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
What's it?
Okay, Sufi, do you know this term Bantu was actually coined by a white man? A man called William Blake.
No, Malcolm Guthrie, a English linguist. How many videos have I done on that? Many videos on that. There actually is no such thing as a Bantu people. But since the blacks want to be Bantu now, okay, we use that term. But, yeah. Made many videos.
A word coined for them by a white man. And they want to accept that as being a sense of civilization, of which they have no civilization to speak of. And now you see a lot of Nigerians will come and talk about Fulanis. Fulanis dominate the military in Nigeria, right? And these Igbos, they're the worst of all kinds. And all they do, the reason why they hate Fulanis is because they hate Islam, right?
No, the reason why they hate Fulas is because they are jealous.
They're jealous of,
because they don't have the capacity to build any civilization And so those who try and succeed become token for hatred. And the reason why Fullah succeed is because of surrender to Allah, which means that every single person, which is also important to note, and I want people to note this, that this is not about no goddamn skin color. Any person who surrendered to Allah, you can be Icelandic blonde with blue eyes.
But guess what? I can use that shit. And what's the one? It's a 2027. She still hasn't filled out for another one. Yeah, the US is funny as shit. Yeah, the UK said you can enter as much as you want. They gave me a 2-year visa for real. For $20, bro.